Hello, everyone, and welcome to the November episode of Indiana Golf Magazine. I'm Brian Hammonds. We begin with a very special evening that was held recently, the 62nd Annual Hall of Fame induction and awards ceremony, where another very deserving member was added to that elite club. That's our top story, brought to you by the Chariot Automotive Group. The highlight of the evening was when Tony Pancake, the longtime director of golf at Crooked Stick Golf Club, was inducted into the Indiana Golf Hall of Fame.
It's such a privilege for me to be the director of golf at Crooked Stick the last 22 years. Pete Dye built a phenomenal golf course for us. But that's not what makes the club special. What makes the club special is the membership that we have there. It's truly an honor. I hope to represent this award very well. I'm certainly going to do my best. And when I look back, what I see are friends. And I have so many friends in this room. Thank you.
The Players of the Year were all repeat winners from a year ago. In fact, Julia Potter-Bobb won the IWGA Alice O'Neill Dye Player of the Year Award for the 13th consecutive year.
I'm incredibly honored to accept this year's Player of the Year Award, lucky number 13. And I know it's starting to sound a little excessive, but truly each one means something different and special to me. And that's because of the people I get to compete with and the community we've built around this game.
Matt Vogt capped off a memorable season by repeating as the IGA John K. David Player of the Year.
This game is so wonderful in that it's about the relationships you form and the mark that you leave on people. And I hope to have been and continue to be a great representative of this wonderful organization, IGA. So thank you very much.
The IGA Jerry Nelson Senior Player of the Year for the second straight year was Michael Williams, who was unable to attend. Brian Harris was awarded the prestigious Clifford E. Wagoner Award, which goes to an amateur golfer that exemplifies sportsmanship and high character. In the junior ranks, Nellie Lemon of McCordsville won the Girls Prep Tour Player of the Year. Carmel's Luke Moore won the Boys Prep Tour Player of the Year. Camley Whitfield of Paoli won the Junior Tour Girls Player of the Year. Zach Zeller of Pendleton won for the boys. Carmel's Maya Fujisawa Keeling was the Girls Junior Program Player of the Year. Silas Harrer of Middlebury won for the boys. The newest member of the Indiana Golf Hall of Fame has a list of accomplishments as long as your arm, yet he remains as humble as they come. I had a chance to sit down with Tony Pancake, who was in our spotlight. First of all, congratulations on being inducted into the Indiana Golf Hall of Fame. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I guess I'm incredibly honored with being recognized that way. It's not something that you seek out when I've been going to work every day for the past 40 years, but I'm grateful that they would think enough of me to give me that honor. And quite honestly, I just really don't feel worthy of it. But I recognize that I've had so many people along the way helping me out. So, I guess I'm part of that because of them.
So how did you get here? Was being a golf professional always the end goal?
Yeah, it really wasn't. I started off, I thought I was going to be I wanted to be a player first. And then I went to college and Steve Lowry was on my team and I saw what level of professional golfer there could be out there. Then I thought I was going to go down the teaching track. A lot of my mentors were teachers and I did that for a couple of years, but then I recognized that my skills and passions were more in line with being a club professional. And now that I look back, I don't have any doubt that God created me to be a PGA of America golf professional.
You mentioned your mentors. Who have been some of your biggest influences in your career?
Yeah, start off with Mike Loeffner at the Seymour Country Club. I was 14 years old and playing golf there, and he offered me a job. And it was my first time to really kind of see what a golf professional does every day. And then when I went to college, I had the opportunity to work for Hank Johnson and Scott Davenport, and they were great mentors and helpful in my career. Then I went to work for Jack Lumpkin and then Craig Immel. So those were all the guys that I worked for before I became a head golf professional. Then in addition to that, I've had so many people like Jack Barber and Ted Bishop from here in Indiana, guys that I never had the privilege of working for, but I've watched them up front and learned a lot from them, and they've been great to certainly speak into my life and help me with my career as well.
In athletics, you hear about coaches that have a coaching tree. Well, you have one. Some of the best golf professionals going learned under you. That has to make you pretty proud.
It is something I'm really proud of. One of my former assistants, Marty Bauer, just was named the Golf Professional of the Year in the Utah section, and super proud of him for that. And a lot of other ones have gone on to get awards and to have great jobs. I get a lot of credit for what they're doing, but that's really not true. If I did one thing well, is I recognized that they were really talented people with high character, and I chose them to be a part of our team. And I've just stayed in touch with them over the years, but I feel really blessed when I look back and see all the great things that they're doing.
So what advice would you give a young PGA assistant professional that wants to be the next Tony Pancake?
Yeah, I think the first thing I would say is just really try to connect with people. Early on in my career, I spent so much time trying to be a great teacher, a great merchandiser, or a great player. But what I've learned over the years is really it's all about the relationships. And if you can form relationships with the most influential people in golf in your area, that's going to lead to some really good things. And when I look back at my career and I see the jobs I got, it was because of relationships I had formed and people that basically spoke up for me on my behalf and helped me get those jobs.
You've accomplished an awful lot in your career. You've hosted multiple major championships. You were the PGA of America Professional of the Year. Now you're in the Indiana Golf Hall of Fame. Is there anything else you would like to accomplish before you retire?
I guess I just don't really think about accolades or awards or accomplishments. I love going to work every day, and I can't wait to go to work. I couldn't wait to go to work this morning. I can't wait to go to work tomorrow, and I just enjoy all aspects of being a golf professional. So I don't know what God has for me in the last few chapters of my life, but I'm sure looking forward to it.
Crooked Stick has had just 2 head professionals over the years, and both are in the Indiana Golf Hall of Fame, Jim Farrell and now Tony Pancake. Earlier in November, a new event was held at Victoria National, and by all indications, it will soon become one of the more anticipated events of the year. The inaugural Indiana-Kentucky PGA Challenge Cup was a one-day, 27-hole Ryder Cup-type competition, featuring 12 of the top-ranked PGA professionals from each state. A rare chance for these pros to play team golf.
We had a Challenge Cup several years ago with the IGA. The amateur base played the professional base in Indiana, and that kind of went to the side, and we were just looking for something different. And we had a board meeting last October, and just amongst all the board members, we came up with this idea.
An idea that worked well. Points were awarded on each hole, assuring that each match went 9 holes. Indiana won the morning 4-ball session 33-27. The foursome session 35.5 to 24.5 to take a 17-point lead into the afternoon singles, where Indiana closed out the competition by winning that session as well for a 134.5 to 105.5 victory. A great way to kick off the new event.
I mean, there's nothing better than having team play, and we just don't very often get a chance to do that. So to be able to come out here and team up with some of these guys and just have a good time is kind of priceless.
I think we definitely had a lot of pride in showing up and wanting to kind of show off the strength of our section. I think nationally the last few years we've kind of started to show how strong our section is, and so I think this is just another opportunity to be able to represent all the guys back in Indiana and really show how strong our section is and how good we're looking for the future.
Kentucky will host next year's event at a venue yet to be determined. It's time now for our Golf Performance Academy Tip of the Month, and Mike Asbell wants us to be more versatile with our club selection.
Hey everyone, Mike Asbell here at our Golf Performance Academy here at Golf Club of Indiana. I want to talk to you real quick about distance control and shots into the greens. So one of the things that I hear a lot of times when I'm teaching or we're doing a playing lesson is like, oh hey, this is my 100-yard club. And I want you to get rid of that mentality. And what I want you to try to do is try to develop more shots to the same yardage. So from 100 yards, I've got 4 different clubs that I can hit, and really all it's going to change is the flight is going to come down a little bit, the spin comes off a little bit more, and having more options and more tools or shots into a green will help you get the ball closer to the hole in different situations and conditions. I get asked all the time, Mike, how far do you hit your 7-iron? How far do I need to hit the 7-iron is really the answer to the question, right? So think of your bag as just 14 tools to try to get closer to the hole and lower those scores. Come out, check us out at the Academy here. We've got some great winter programs coming up. We look forward to seeing you guys. Have a great day.
Here's what's coming up in December. Indiana Golf's Brick campaign continues. Your name can be permanently displayed on the walkway at the Pete and Alice Dye Indiana Golf Center. There are 2 options, a 4x8 brick for $250 or an 8x8 brick for $500. It's a perfect opportunity to recognize your family, honor a loved one, or promote a business. You can go to indianagolf.org for more information or contact Paxton Mans at pmans@indianagolf.org. And that will do it for this episode. I'm Brian Hammonds. Thanks for watching, and join us again next month for Indiana Golf Magazine.